friends, it's Kelly, and I'm excited to announce that I have a new design team position on Confessions of a Paper Addict's Cutfile design team, and very honored to be a part of this very talented team. And this is the Cutfile I will be using today. It's called Floral Frame 3. And all the links will be down below in the description box. So I cut this out on some paper from the Countryside collection of 49 and Market. And I'm just going to use this stencil and some of my Distress Oxide inks to kind of make this cut file a little more in the style of this collection. So I'm going to just add some random stamping. I'm using this stamp here from Prima, and it's just kind of a checkerboard stamp, and just to give it to give this cut file a little more texture and a little more interest. And then I'm going to go in with some different colored inks and just add a little more color to the cut file. And I've pulled out the fossilized amber, some mowed lawn, and this that I'm using right now is peeled paint. And then I stenciled with lumberjack plaid, I believe is the name of it. That's the newest color, I think, from Tim Holtz Distress or Oxide inks. And so I'm going through my 49 and Market Countryside rub-ons, and I'm just going to add some of these rub-ons to this cut file as well. And I really love the chicken wire accent. I think it just gives it a whole lot of interest and a little pop of black, because as you'll see here in a moment, I will be incorporating some more black into this layout, and I just want it to be consistent around the page. And then I'm going to go and start inking all my edges around this cut file with the what was it called? Peeled paint. Yeah. And I just showed you real quick some of the papers that I'm going to be using. And one of these, this whole collection is actually, I'm a kit subscriber to my creative scrapbook, and this is the March kit. And one of these papers is, they're all from 49 and Market, but one of them is from the Countryside collection, and the one I'm using on top, this real faint grid, is actually from an older collection. I want to say it was the Botanicals. And so I just kind of placed that faint grid on this red checkered gingham pattern paper, kind of at a tilt or a little bit of an angle, because I want to do some layering under those two edges at the top. And then I'm going to do the same at the bottom. And I love this little bit of extra texture. And I wanted a pop of black, but not too much. I don't want it to overpower the whole layout. So I'm just trying to distress all my edges, and then I'm just using my art glitter glue to place that down, because it gives me a little more working time than if I need to move it or rearrange. It gives me a little more time to do that than my ATG. So I'm just getting everything nice and secure, and I'm going to bring in my cut file and start embellishing and playing. So this is my granddaughter. This is a photo I took just last week when we went out to eat for lunch, and I just thought it just one of those random times it just took a gorgeous photo of her, which is pretty hard not to take a gorgeous photo of her because she is gorgeous. So and she's just getting all so grown up. And this past week she just got braces, so this will be the last picture I have of her without braces. So she's growing up and doing all those preteen things. And she is my first grandbaby, so we have a long history, her and I. So I'm just adding and layering up some of the ephemera pieces from one of the embellishment kits. And going to add these black photo corners to all four corners of this photo. And I'm going to also go ahead and pop up this picture on some foam adhesive and kind of play around with my placement. So I am adding some of my art glitter glue to just spots around this cut file because I still want the cut file to be able to have some dimension on the page, and I don't want it just flush to the page. I want it to pop off a little bit. So now that I have my background and my photo positioned, I'm ready to start adding embellishments and my title, which is going to be Always Be Kind, which is super cute. And I'm going to go with that theme and add some of the little bumblebees and lots of sunflowers and this little picket fence, which I couldn't not use it because it's so adorable. Now the cut file that I'm using really just kind of created a base for the rest of my layout, but it also adds a lot of dimension, and I love the dynamics of a circle on a layout. I think it just helped this whole layout come together. So that's one thing that cut files are very useful, is to use as a background, and in this case that's kind of how I used it. Although it is an element, it does have dimension, it's not just a background, but to me it kind of made the whole layout better. Brought it to a new level. So be sure to go check out all the cut files at Condition of a Paper Addict at the store, and you'll find those links down below in the description box. And also you get a free cut file with purchase, so check that out too. I'll link everything below. So I'm just continuing to add some more embellishments to build up my clusters. Whenever I do florals, I like to add more and more. So I just feel like in a garden, you see a ton of colors, a riot of colors, and a riot of, textures and dimension, and just it's very organic. And that's kind of how I was going with this layout. So as a little finishing touch, I decided I wanted to add a little bit more of the rub-ons under and around this cut file, which I am doing here just for a little bit more interest. It's already pretty busy, but I just wanted to incorporate some more of that chicken wire because I love it and it looks good. So I thought I was done adding florals, but I felt like it needed something over here in the right hand corner by the title. So just adding a little bit more, and here in just a moment I will be done. Of course I want to add more, but I don't. So you'll see some detailed shots coming up here shortly. Here we go. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, which I really appreciate you being here watching, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Bye.